Well, this is me saying that it's a good day to be alive. It is 30-something degrees. Yesterday was in the 20s. Makes you appreciate the 30s. Just wanted to mention some things regards being a repairman slash contractor, if you want to call it that, is that you get people that are capable of paying but do not. Sorry about all that bounce around. And times are always tough for different people for different reasons, or maybe they just don't like what they saw or what they thought they would get for the money that they paid. Either way, I've had that happen to me 3 times in 30 years. All 3 of them were from out of state, and I guess they figured they can not have to worry about the mess that they leave behind because they don't live there. I don't know. Either way, each person has their reason for not being happy. But as the technician slash repairman, you have to think about protecting yourself quite often. I have never been to court. I've never had a settlement. I have been to court for another company that I did work for, and I took over their project and straightened it all out. But the couple still wanted to try to make some money, get it all their money back, even though they got substantial increase in it was a young couple, and some other family members gave them a lot of money, and they had spent most of it. So anyway, they didn't win because it was preponderance of evidence that we were working hourly, and they had control of the quality. That if they didn't like it, they could say whatever. It was. I've since seen those people briefly at Fayetteville on the square, and we shook hands. Everything was good. They're now 15 years older. They recognize me. I don't recognize me from a long time ago, and that's the way I would like it. I would like people to be happy in the long haul. And then there was another lady that had a fantastic historic home, did a lot of work on it near the square, and she just said she wasn't going to pay me. She had no problem with any of the work done. She said it with somebody there with me. She just was not going to pay. So that was, I don't know, back 25 years ago, 20 years ago, somewhere there. That was 1600, something like that. That was a hard hiccup to get over. And about 3 years ago, I had a lady that her husband died, and the insurance company was going to pay like $7,000 to fix a flooded. The pressure went up and busted all the toilet lines, supply lines, and flooded the bedrooms next to the toilets and part of the kitchen and a little part of the living room. And the insurance was going to pay like $6,000. Well, you couldn't do all that for $6,000. So I had to talk with the insurance company by her request, and she lived out of state in Wichita or something. Nice lady, super nice lady, raising her grandkids. I did a bathroom remodel for her. I changed which is obviously not part of a busted water line, but I changed the bathtub and the shower, put in a nice surround. A lot of extra things. Found an additional leak that had been leaking for many, many years. Did more of the living room that was actually on the printed out estimate. Ended up being about $1,900. Well, she sold the place and didn't pay either. And I kind of understand, but still. And I think there's a third one that, no, that's it. That's 3. 3 in nearly 30 years. So one thing I would ask that you keep in mind is I saw a video of a guy that has nearly 500,000 subscribers as a mechanic, and he said there's not enough technicians for the mechanicking. They're quitting because they're not getting paid enough for all the frustration. The customers are unhappy because some friend told them that they could do it for cheaper. They could have got that part for $20. It doesn't matter that you had to take the whole dash apart. I think it's a little bit more than that. It could be that issue also, and I think we'll deal with more of that because people are going to be more and more upset with the system of things that we deal with. And I think that because of that, they'll be unhappy, and they'll be looking to save money by finding some other fault with the work that a repairman or a craftsman did, and then they'll have that fuss. But again, I don't think that's all of the picture. I think the real picture is there is a birth rate that is not, and has not been for a long time, even in the United States, particularly in other countries, like China, like Korea, and so on and so on, North Korea. There's not been enough young people being born since the 80s, even earlier, 70s, to replace the people that are dying. Even though people are living longer, there's not enough out there. So you have less and less people. With that, you have less and less technicians. And guess what? A young person told me at my other business, like a collectibles business, you name it, collectibles, that he quit working at the handle factory. You know, he's getting paid $16 an hour, something like that, and went to work for a coffee company making $9 an hour because it was easier on his body. And then now he's working for 14 or 15 in a dispensary and something like that. He's making good money, and maybe more than he was or same as he was at the handle factory. So now I'm going to tell you this. They have those choices that we didn't have. We used to have to fight. Now, in my view, we don't have enough people. And there are going to be less and less plumbers, less and less electricians, less and less mechanics, because you can either make $25 an hour because that's people who can't afford to pay more, maybe $100 an hour. People can't afford to pay more, but you know what? You're going to have to pay a plumber. So you may get this thing where they don't pay at all, but they only do that once or twice and they're done. There's nobody else in their area. That's because we don't have the people to replace these, and the choices that these young people have. They get paid as much to be a barista as to dig a ditch, or climb on a roof and do shingles, or pour concrete. Imagine, you can work at McDonald's for $13, $14, $15 an hour, or $17 an hour pouring concrete where every muscle in your body hurts. So let's keep in mind that there are going to be less and less availability of those people who are talented to do these things. And I hope you treat the people right, and I hope those people treat you right, and I wish you guys all the best. Just thoughts about how I feel about the way things are going. The birth rate is not being high enough most of the world. Look into it. And I wish you all the best. Just a thought. See ya.